Hey guys, it is me, the Emerald Sword. Welcome back to another video, where today I have a special book review for you. It is Heretics of Dune by Frank Herbert. So, if you remember back to earlier this year, I reviewed the first 4 Dune books, and then I just kind of stopped reading them. Well, anyway, here I have read Dune 5, and I will review it for you. But, before I do that, I guess I should give you a little bit of a recap as to what happened last time, because it's been a while. So, Dune 4 was called God Emperor of Dune, and it follows Leto Atreides 3,500 years in the future after the events of Children of Dune, and he is bonded with sandworms and is just like a human sandworm hybrid. And he's basically the emperor of like the entire universe, and he has a goal to set humanity on a golden path to save them from destruction. But anyway, book stuff happens. We meet a lot more Duncan Idaho Golas, which will come back up in Heretics. But then this one girl named Siona tries to kill the God Emperor of Dune with, I think it was a slingshot. Anyway, but the desert planet Arrakis, which is usually a desert planet, has now turned into like a beautiful paradise with water and grass and stuff. And the sandworm's one weakness is water, so Leto falls all the way into the water and just kind of disintegrates, and then that's it. So yeah, that's basically kind of what happened last time. But, so Heretics of Dune is another 1,500 years after that. I know, I'm getting bored of the time jumps too, but okay. And basically, humanity is like in the midst of Leto's golden path to save them from destruction. But the golden path might not be that as great as people want it to be. So that's where Dune 5 starts. Anyway, so book is going up, and let's get into the spoilers. So the book opens up on this planet called Gamu, where we meet a young Duncan Idaho Gola. He's about 12 years old. And we meet some of our main characters. Lucilla, who's important to watch Duncan Idaho, and we will get to more about her later. And we meet this war veteran named Miles Tegg. And so they're kind of the two main characters, but also Duncan is, and a bunch of other characters are as well. We also meet a bunch of Reverend Mothers, because our main factions are the Bene Gesserit, the Tleilaxu, the Ixians, and this new breed of people named the Honored Maiders. Now, we will get into the Honored Maiders later, but they are bad people. Like, they're basically the villains of this book. And so basically, Lucilla is assigned to basically watch over Duncan and train him, so that one day, when he is old enough, and not 12 years old, she can permanently bind him to the Bene Gesserit. And by that I mean she has to do adult scenes with him. I know that I'm describing it like that, but I don't want to get into all the details of what she has to do. But just so you know, this book gets dirty. Yeah, this book gets really dirty, and I will discuss that more. Anyway, so that's kind of what the first half of the book is like. Like, Lucilla's training Duncan, who eventually becomes like 15 or 16. Tag is with them too. Like on Gamu doing stuff. But on the other side of the universe, we also meet this girl named Shiana. Now, she was a descendant of Siona from God Emperor of Dune, who is also a descendant of Paul Atreides. So there you go, Atreides line still there. And so she's on Arrakis, which is now called Arrakis, which I think is stupid, but okay. Anyway, so Arrakis, it has gone back to being a desert. I know, I find that stupid as well. It took 4 books to get it to become a paradise, and now it's just back to being a desert, but okay. But the sandworms that have come back, because they were all kind of gone in the last one, they're all back, but they're dying. But Shanna has a special power to where she can communicate with this worm called Shaitan, also known as another name for Shai Halud, which is what the worms are called. But she can communicate with them, like, telepathically and, like, talk to him and stuff. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, anyway, the Bene Gesserit women kind of save her from attacks and stuff, and then they team up. Like, we got Odrade and Taraza, who's the Mother Superior, I believe. and then they're kind of doing their own thing. Meanwhile, Lucilla is still trying to get with Duncan, and then Duncan's like, "Stop." Yeah, because what she was supposed to do is she was supposed to get him bounded and binded with the Bene Gesserit before he got his memories restored, but Teg already restored some of his memories, so he kind of understands what Lucilla's doing now, so then he's like, "Stop." She's like, "Okay, okay." Anyway, other book stuff happens. This is a long book, by the way. It's about 550 pages, little below that, but it's about as long as the first Dune, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so other book stuff happens, and then while still on Gamu, Teg gets captured but escapes, and then Lucilla and Duncan go on like these like sneaking missions where they have to do things. I don't know. But Duncan does meet this girl named Marbella, who is one of the Honored Maters. And I guess I should explain what the Honored Maters do, because this is towards the end of the book. But the Honored Maters try to assert their dominance over men by doing adult scenes with them. Yeah, I told you this book gets dirty. Anyway, so what Marbella does is that she kidnaps Duncan, puts him in a room, and then tries to enslave him by doing some very dirty stuff. But because, remember, Duncan is a Gola, and Golans were made by the Thylaxio axolotl tanks, Duncan is able to kind of reverse the tables on her, and then in turn he gets all of his memories back. So now he knows like the thousands and thousands of years of the Duncan Golas before him. So now, even though he's like 15, he has knowledge of like a 1,000 generations, which is actually pretty cool. Anyway, so Teg and Lucilla and Duncan, they kind of get reacquainted and stuff, and then they flee to Arrakis, where the Honored Maters are trying to do something. And remember how I said that the whole universe was in Leto's Golden Path? Well, Leto's Golden Path isn't exactly good, and the only way to fully get rid of Leto's Golden Path is for Arrakis to be destroyed. So Teg assembles all of these people, and then they basically have like a mission where they all know that they're going to die against the Honored Maters to destroy Arrakis. And so that's exactly what happens. The Honored Maters use these things called obliterators, and they destroy not only the entire population of the sandworms, but also Arrakis. So Arrakis has been destroyed. Yeah, pretty weird for a Dune book, because we spent the entire series getting used to Arrakis, and then now it's just gone. So, yeah. But there's one sandworm left, and it's the one that Shanna can talk to. So anyway, in the closing pages of the book, Teg is dead, as well as all of Arrakis and most of the sandworms. But Shanna, Odrade, Lucilla, and Duncan are now going back to Chapter House, which is like the main Bene Gesserit planet that was a secret. It's a secret Bene Gesserit planet, also the name of the next book, Chapter House Dune. And they hope to restart the worm population. So yeah, that was Heretics of Dune, and it is certainly something. Like, as I said, it is a longer book. It'll take about as long as it did to read the first Dune book. It took me 6 days to read the first Dune book, and it took me 6 days to read Heretics, so it'll probably take about the same time for you, but it's just a little bit shorter. But yeah, overall, Heretics of Dune, I thought, was a nice comeback to the series after I've been gone since, like, I think the last one I read was in July, and it's almost December now, so about a lot of months. But anyway, yeah, I like the nice change of pace from all the other books I've been reading lately, since I've gotten back into reading Stephen King again. So yeah, Heretics of Dune was a nice change of pace. I enjoyed it. And Frank Herbert's son, in the, I guess, opening pages for this book about how it was written and stuff, described that it was a page turner. And it certainly is a page turner a lot of the time. So, yeah, I mean, Heretics of Dune is really enjoyable. I think that if you liked the first 4 Dunes, I think you'll enjoy it. It still makes no sense to me, but neither did the other Dune books, so that's par for the course. So basically, if you like the other Dune books, you'll like this one. But if you don't really like Dune, you probably won't really get a lot of enjoyment out of this one. But I got enjoyment out of this one. But anyway, the next book I will be reading is Chapter House Dune, which is Frank Herbert's final Dune book, which I will explain that in that video, of course. But yeah, that was my review on Heretics of Dune. I would say go read it if you like Dune, and it's just pretty interesting. But yeah, anyway, that is the video I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys for making it this far in the video. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video if you haven't yet. Yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already as well. But anyway, I've been Ben from the Emerald Sword, and we'll see you guys next time.